Welcome to the second fun-paced edition of Action GBX. This month we've bagged an exclusive preview of Pokemon Crystal, as well as a sneak peek of Final Fight 1. We also review VIP, Top Gun, and the amazing Alone in the Dark. Grab yourself a pen and paper and prepare yourself for the offer of a lifetime. You already know that GBX is the only Game Boy magazine worth reading, with get-to-the-point reviews, first-on-the-scene previews, in-the-know features, and a unique video packed with exclusive footage of the best games around. So how would you like 6 issues of GBX absolutely free? Yes, you can really have a 6-month subscription to GBX without sending us any money. One call does it all. Just pick up the phone and tell us your name and address. We'll deliver GBX to your door every month for the next 6 months. Call now on 09065 775 775 to take advantage of this amazing offer. There really is no catch. One short phone call does it all. We don't need a credit card number, and we don't want you to send a single penny. This really is an unbeatable offer. What are you waiting for? Call 09065 775 775 now to get 6 issues of GBX absolutely free. Lines are open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Calls cost £1.50 per minute at all times and last approximately 3 minutes. Sorry, this incredible offer is only available to residents of mainland UK. Capcom's killer beat-em-up is coming to the Advance, and it's kicking serious bottom. Although based on the SNES version, the Game Boy Advance game is enhanced and updated. Now you can play as any of the 3 characters from the coin-op: Guy, Cody, and Hagar. There's also extra animation scenes between levels and some great artwork introducing the end-of-level baddies. The graphics are huge, and you can duke it out with up to 6 enemies at a time with no slowdown at all. No release date has been set for Final Fight 1, but our guess is early September. Gotta catch 'em all. Pokemon Crystal is to Pokemon Gold and Silver what the yellow game was to Blue and Red. A special edition offering with welcome improvements but no radical changes. There's a new trainer in town, and she's a girl. This is the first time Pokemon players have had the chance to play as a female. The menus and map screens are drawn differently if you choose the female trainer, and her equipment differs slightly too. The chief Pokemon in the game is the Suicune, and it's being pursued by the shady, untrustworthy Minaki. But what is he up to? There's a new radio station DJ'd by the lovely Hello Ai, and the secrets of the Unknown are explored too. Graphics are improved but still limited. There's now a small amount of animation during the fights. Pokemon Crystal is already out in Japan and expected here later in the summer. We can't wait. Want to know what's the coolest piece of kit for Game Boy Advance this summer? Then get your hands on Action Replay GBX, the all-in-one gaming solution that will make you the envy of your friends. Take control of your games collection by arming yourself with infinite lives, ammunition, health, and much more. Action Replay GBX comes preloaded with tons of cheats for all your favorite Game Boy Advance games. Using Action Replay GBX is a piece of cake. The cartridge simply slots into the back of your Game Boy Advance. Plug in any Game Boy Advance game and get ready to show them who's boss. Just bought a brand new game? No problem. You'll find the very latest Action Replay codes in GBX magazine on www.codejunkies.com or by calling the Code Junkies hotline. You can enter new codes quickly and easily. So, what are you waiting for? Put the power in your hands today with Action Replay GBX, the ultimate cheat cartridge for Game Boy Advance. At At the E3 video games show in Los Angeles, Nintendo lifted the lid on the forthcoming Gamecube. There's some stunning games in development for the new machine, and it can use the Game Boy Advance as a hand controller. This gives you a personal screen in your joypad, as well as the main game screen on the TV. One thing Nintendo didn't unveil is which games use the Advance screen or how they take advantage of it, but the possibilities are endless. In a team sport, your Advance screen could offer your team stats, showing who's playing well, who's injured, and who's putting in such a poor performance you better substitute them. In an RPG, the Advance could offer your inventory, or maybe an in-game map which expands as you explore. Talking of exploration, in a Mario-style platform game, the GBA controller could house your compass. Use it to tell at a glance whether you're heading in the right direction without it taking up valuable space on the main screen. In a beat-em-up, the Advanced screen could offer breakdowns of how to perform your special moves, giving you a great tutorial mode. The possibilities are endless, but only time will tell how they're used. We'll be back with more news on how the Game Boy Advance links with the Gamecube in future issues. Email has revolutionized the way we communicate with other people. Now you can email your friends anywhere in the world using your Game Boy Advance or Game Boy Color. Yes, it's true. WorldPort is an amazing all-in-one email solution that lets you send and receive emails using your handheld. It's easy to use too. It simply plugs into your Game Boy Advance or Color like a regular game cartridge. Create your very own email account, then compose your emails on screen using WorldPort's virtual keyboard. When you're ready to send your message, just connect WorldPort to any telephone socket using the cable provided. You can email anyone else with any type of email account. But that's not all. WorldPort is also a powerful personal organizer. Keep track of important birthdays and appointments using the calendar and diary, and store all your favorite email addresses in WorldPort's virtual address book. Just hit a button to start emailing a friend. WorldPort costs £24.99 in the shops, but thanks to GBX magazine, you can save an incredible £10 off this price for a limited period only. Just call 08456 010015 and say, Sakura says give me £10 off a WorldPort. Or visit www.d3world.com to order on the internet using our 100% secure server. But hurry, this fantastic offer must end on September the 30th, 2001. Rage Software has some great games in the pipeline. There's Denki Blocks, a superb puzzler, Pocket Music, a music creation program. We caught up with Rage Software's Simon Donbavand and got the lowdown on these amazing titles.
Denki Blocks is a fun puzzle game, much in the vein of something like, say, Super Tetris. The gameplay is very simple, but very compulsive to play. The idea of the game is that the player has to connect a number of light-coloured blocks together to either create shapes or to create a solid colour mass. The concept itself came from the development team Denki, who are puzzle geniuses. They wanted to create a fun, addictive, compulsive game. There are multiple levels within Denki that range into the hundreds. There are 8 different rankings within the core single-player game. Each ranking has 25 puzzles you need to complete. Workout mode is effectively the training mode. In Workout, the player has the ability to select the number of blocks, the type of blocks that they want to play with, and they can either select a time limit or a moves limit. The main difference is essentially the presentation of the product. With the Game Boy Advance, you can go to town on 3D animated sprites, lots of nice high-res textures, and also in the advanced version of Denki Blocks, you actually have an online manual that you can essentially learn how to play Denki and how to perfect your skills. Multiplayer is 1 to 4 players with a single handheld, which is passed around. The multiplayer game modes include Battle Mode, which is battle against the clock to complete puzzles quickly against the opposing player, or Race Mode, where you complete puzzles quickly to win the race. At the time of development, no link capability was available, but we are looking into including Link if possible before release. A simple game at heart, but we've used the power of the Game Boy Advance in terms of making the presentation absolutely spot on, and the way that the mechanics hold together on the Game Boy Advance make it a true next-gen Game Boy title. Pocket Music has been developed by Jester for Rage, who developed the original music for PlayStation 1 and for PC. The Game Boy Color and the Game Boy Advance versions are totally new versions of music, but they retain the same basic functionality of music on PlayStation. Basically, music allows you to cut and paste an archive of samples that are pre-stored on the Game Boy Color and the Game Boy Advance into musical tunes that the player wants to create. On the Game Boy Color version, there are around 150 pre-stored samples in different categories such as bass, jungle, etc. On the Game Boy Advance version, there are around 600. On both formats, we're really pushing the memory capabilities of both handhelds. You can record your own samples and integrate them into your riffs and tunes that you create. You create your own samples by mutilating or altering the ones that are pre-stored on the ROM cartridge. I think that music for the Game Boy that Rage is creating is a different product altogether. From what I've seen of the Nintendo product, it looks like a good, fun music game, whereas music that we're developing is more of a music creation tool.
To celebrate the launch of Rayman Advance, Ubisoft has given us a copy of the game and a Rayman goodie pack for one lucky winner, with 4 Rayman goodie bags for the runners-up. Every goodie pack contains a Rayman bouncy ball, a figurine, a multicolored pen and a poster. To begin with a chance of winning, all you have to do is answer the following question. Which company created Rayman? Is it A, Microsoft, B, Matchbox, C, Ubisoft? If you think you know the answer, call the competition line now on 09064 774480 and follow the online instructions. Calls cost 60p a minute at all times, so get permission from whoever pays the bills before you dial. You'll be asked for your answer and for your name and address. Lines will close at midnight on Wednesday, the 8th of August 2001. Winners will be picked at random by our computer and announced on the Code Junkies website, www.codejunkies.com. Infogrames Alone in the Dark is arguably the spookiest game ever to hit the Game Boy Color. You play a young detective who journeys to a mysterious island to investigate the disappearance of a respected archaeologist and the death of his colleague. The game is a survival horror adventure in the Resident Evil mode. You must solve puzzles, explore dark and gloomy locations, and blast a battalion of beastly baddies in your quest for the truth. The graphics are sumptuous, using a level of detail in the game previously only seen on presentation screens. The pseudo 3D perspective works well too. Moving from one screen to another can sometimes be disorientating, and it's a game you have to play for a while to appreciate. But overall, Alone in the Dark is a cool thriller. If you liked Desert Strike, you'll love Top Gun, but only if you're a modern-day Biggles. It ain't easy. You patrol the skies in your fighter jet, taking out enemy planes, tanks and buildings with an amazing arsenal of high-tech weapons. Fly carefully, hit a tree or mountainside and your mission is over. It's not terribly original. The Strike series of games got there first. Even so, it's maddeningly addictive, fun to play, and a real challenge. If you think most Game Boy games are too easy, take to the skies with Top Gun. Pamela Anderson's Sky TV show VIP doesn't take itself too seriously. Based around a group of bodyguarding babes, it's just a bit of early evening fun. maybe the Game Boy Color offering should take itself a little more seriously. It's not that there's anything disastrously wrong with it, it's just that it seems to have been designed in a lunch hour and tested during a commercial break. Very little thought has been put into the level design, resulting in a cliched and formulaic game. It's far too short too. You can complete it within an hour of taking it out of the box. Bomberman has starred in some sizzling console games, and Bomberman Tournament on the Game Boy Advance is no exception. Like the N64 version, it has a one-player story mode, where you explore your surroundings and bomb your way to the boss baddies, though the viewpoint is more like that of the SNES game, an angled overhead perspective rather than tactics-destroying 3D. But it's as a multiplayer game that Bomberman Tournament really shines. Up to 4 players can link up with a single cart, laying traps and blasting baddies until there's only one bomber bombing. Unlike previous 2D versions, dead players can throw bombs from the side of the arenas, ideal if you need to blast someone who's way in the lead. It's a fair old blast in single-player mode, but as a multiplayer game, it's one of the best ever. It's not the real-life driving simulation racer we're waiting for, but GT Championship is still a fair blast. The graphics are superb, except for the parallaxed scenery, which reminds us of a Game Boy Color driver. All the necessary options are there, and the cars sound like real mean machines as they zip around the tracks. Unfortunately, your opponents don't drive as intelligently as they might, and the handling's not as smooth as it might be. Overall, it's a good game, but it seems set to be overtaken by a more dynamic driver in the near future. Fodder is one of the hottest Game Boy games ever, but it sure ain't easy. To better the baddies and beat the game, you've got to fight clever as well as tough. Look for cheap and cheesy ways of killing your foes without getting in their line of fire. When someone's firing a bazooka at you, if he hits a nearby object first, he might kill himself. Use this to your advantage. Here, a grenade thrown over the trees at a hut on the edge of the screen takes out a soldier inside before he can enter the battle. The empty hut makes good cover too. Learn to use the terrain in this way, and victory is yours. That's all for this month. Next month we'll bring you more great previews, reviews and competitions, along with a sizzling top tip. Look out for exclusive video footage of Tony Hawk's 2 and Denki blocks on the Advance, as well as Snoopy Tennis and Robocop on the Color. Action GBX. You know it makes sense.